Welcome back to the Satellite Spotlight. We are talking top 10 rivalries in college football this week. Tradition runs deep. What rivalries run hot? What what games do you think belong on Saturday here? This is college football. Saturday Spotlight. Let's get into the top 10 rivalries. Top 10 rivalries of college football. The games, the passion, the tradition. Who in what in 11, 12 weeks of football. Who are you most excited for each week? Who do you want to see play? What games are circled on the calendar? For me, obviously OU fan number one, Red River Rivalry showdown. It's heated. It's energetic. You know, Texas State Fair. It's big. It's one of the oldest ones there is, near and dear to my heart. Big one. Last 2 years, Texas beat OU. You know, no one likes to see the team lose, but it is what it is this year. Hopefully, they get the job done. Number two for me, the Iron Bowl. It what year was it when the dude ran back to kick? I mean that right there goes down as one of the best Iron Bowls. Two great teams in the SEC year in year out. The one thing I love about rivalries, it does not matter the record of either team. Both teams are going to come out swinging. Both teams are just they obviously not ideal, but they could go 1-11. But long as they beat that one team, it's a successful season in their minds. Like I'm pretty sure Ohio State, Michigan feel that way. Texas OU feels that way. A lot of these big rivalries feel like, long as we beat them, it would suck losing that many games. But long as we beat them, I'd rather lose 11 games than lose to them. Next big one, the game, Ohio State, Michigan. It gets ugly. It gets mean. They don't like each other. But I mean, that's such all rivalries. To me, these are just the top 10 most iconic ones. Some of them are up and coming, some of them are older, some of them haven't been played in a while. Some of them are going to be played soon with A&M and with like Texas coming into the SEC. They brought back they bring back A&M versus Texas. So for me, I like them. I like just pointing that out. Just that's. But back to the slide. The game. I mean, Easton. The best rivalries have that unique name. The game, Red River, including the next one here, Army Navy, America's game. It's played on its own weekend. That's how special and big it is. They do their run from their respective homes all the way to where the game's played at. I mean, that's what game gets bigger than this one. Next one, Lone Star Showdown, A&M. I know I just talked about it. In Texas, they brought it back because Texas is playing in the SEC now. I mean, what more can you want from in-state rivals? They hate each other. They don't like each other. But I mean, that's all right. But I think this is a good one. Next one, I think it's up and coming just because Tennessee is getting better. 2 years in a row now, we've had good games, really good games. Like this game was, both of them were really good, and I think potentially they could come up with a name for it. And it's gonna start that bad blood weekend, and we're gonna see where it goes. LSU and Bama, I mean, both great teams in the 2010s. They don't like each other. I think you can almost put it on the comparison of Bama and Auburn. Yeah, it's not Iron Bowl level, but it's I think it's close. Like these two when they line up against each other, it's gonna get mean, it's gonna get nasty, and I think honestly, just for how many years they were in contention for the before they changed it to like the 4 and then the 12 team playoff. I think it is a good one, and honestly, another one obviously big for me. Bedlam, in-state rivalry, little brother versus big brother. They don't like each other. I mean, I feel like the list could go on and on of top 10 rivalries. But to me, these are just the ones I found most interesting, especially in the last couple years. I I I took in terms of relevance. Like yeah, you could argue some of these aren't the best rivalries, but I think in terms of relevance, last couple years, what teams have started to play each other more, what teams are going, what teams are like this may be the number one team. This team may be unranked, but it's gonna be a dogfight just for the fact that they're gonna play a little bit harder in this game just because it's this team. And I think that's one thing you have to account for a rivalry like Michigan State and Michigan. That's a great in terms of in-state rivalry. They don't like each other, and Michigan State may not always be up to par, but when they play Michigan, they give it 110%. They just give it that little extra, and I think that's one thing that makes a rivalry good is because you don't expect that team to get challenge them, but they do. And that's like that's the whole for me. That's the whole thing about a rivalry. You know, the underdog. There is no underdog in these because they're gonna come to play. It's not like it's just gonna be a blowout every year. I mean, look at OU, Oklahoma State, Bedlam. They show out in Bedlam. OSU does, and I think that's one thing that is so great about rivalries. Sunshine Showdown, Florida State Gators, another in-state rivalry. Just I think it's funny. Always the in-state rivalries they just bring a little bit more heat. Moving on to number 10, another in-state rivalry. I think it's funny when you have these in-state rivalries and they go a little bit deeper. I think what George Kittle made a bet with the 49ers from Purdy. He had to wear the Iowa helmet for practice or with the post media after the practice. I think when they're still caring about their schools, I think that's what makes the rivalries just even better than they already are. For me, that was the top 10 rivalries that I find most appealing. And going back, um, going back to one. I mean, these are what that makes the college football great. These rivalries, from 1 to 2. These are the games you circle on the calendar and you like. Oh, I can't wait for that one. And I'll catch you next week.